got some breaking news, Vikings fans, as they are trading for running back Cam Akers before the NFL trade deadline in a pretty shocking move. I did not have this on my bingo card today, as a ton of trades have already gone down in the NFL. Davante Adams went to the New York Jets. Amari Cooper went to the Buffalo Bills. And now the latest one, our Minnesota Vikings are trading for Cam Akers. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably freaking out. Why are the Vikings trading for Cam Akers? What does this have to do with Aaron Jones? And I'll get you guys the reports there and also talk about how Cam Akers is going to fit in this running back room. But before we dive into that, you guys got to make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys lock us in as your go-to Vikings YouTube channel. And hey, we're closing in on 37,000 subscribers. How awesome would that be if we hit that before game time this Sunday? So if you guys haven't already, hit that sub button and help us grow our show. So let's break it down. So the trade that just went down between the Texans and the Vikings is that the Houston Texans will get a 2026 conditional 6th-round pick in exchange for Akers and a 2026 conditional 7th-round pick. So pretty much the Vikings are just flipping a 6th-round pick for a 7th, but they get Cam Akers on top of that. And then this is also a reunion for the Minnesota Vikings as they traded for him last season. So back-to-back years, the Minnesota Vikings trade for Cam Akers. But I do want to get you guys a report from Tom Pelissero on what this has to do with Aaron Jones. He tweeted this out, saying the Vikings trade for Cam Akers isn't a reflection of any long-term concerns with running back Aaron Jones, who could play Sunday. Now, he did say that. He said Aaron Jones could play this Sunday against the Detroit Lions, but he said this is just another quality running back who knows the system, going back to his days with Kevin O'Connell in L.A. And, that is a very good point. Like, Cam Akers was with Kevin O'Connell when he was with the Los Angeles Rams. He actually had his best year of his NFL playing career in 2022 when KOC was on that staff. He went for 188 carries, just over 785 yards, found the end zone 7 times that season, and averaged 4.2 yards per carry. But Akers this past season with the Vikings in 2023, he had 38 carries, 138 yards, 3.6 yards per clip, and found the end zone 1 time. Now, I don't think Akers is going to come in this Sunday and it's like, oh, he's getting all the carries over guys like Ty Chandler and Myles Gaskin if Aaron Jones isn't able to play. I think the Vikings are going to approach this, if Jones were having to miss time, let's just say he misses this Sunday versus the Lions and misses the game versus the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday, I think they're just going to treat this kind of like a running back by committee where, it's going to be Ty Chandler maybe getting 60% of the carries. Akers gets, the other 25%, and then it's just, the rest of the guys filling in the last remaining carries that are available. But originally when I got this news, I was freaking out. I was like, why are the Vikings trading for a running back? What does this mean for Aaron Jones? But it is a great note to have here that Tom Pelissero is saying this isn't a reflection of any long-term concerns with Aaron Jones. And he says he still could play Sunday. Now, we saw Aaron Jones out on the practice field yesterday. He was moving around. He looked good. Obviously, a Tuesday practice or a Monday practice isn't the most, team heavy where they're just kind of going through the motions, maybe installing a couple plays that, they're not hitting obviously. And it's more of just a walkthrough, but he was still there and he was still active. So I think Aaron Jones is probably about I would probably say less than 5% chance to play this Sunday, maybe about a 20% chance to play next Thursday versus the Los Angeles Rams. But I think this is just a depth piece. I think this is the Vikings knowing that, the run game is so important with this offense. And that has been my biggest gripe around this organization, specifically this offense the last couple of years, is that you haven't been a physical football team. You were running for less than 100 yards per game in the first 2 seasons under Kevin O'Connell, and they don't want to take any risk with Aaron Jones maybe having the missed time that they will have no run game at all. And I've shown the numbers here on the show a couple times this past week. Darnold, without Aaron Jones on the field, he is not the same quarterback. Like, his touchdown to interception ratio with him on the field is 8-2. With him off the field, it's 3-2. Obviously, a very, limited sample size since number 33 Aaron Jones has been active and has been in the lineup for most of those games. But the numbers don't lie. Like, Sam Darnold is not the same quarterback when Aaron Jones is off the field. So let's welcome Cam Akers back to Minnesota. Just give me a skull down below in the comment section. Show him our support, as, you know, I will get to this more here in a second. I've always loved Aaron Jones, and Cam Akers, and I've always felt like he, passes the eye test for a running back, and I'll talk about that here in a second, but make sure you guys do show him some love and type those skulls down below. Now, I do want to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is PrizePicks. And if you guys download the PrizePicks app and use promo code CLNS, you guys will get $50 instantly when you play just $5. And the best part is, you don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick a more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. But big shout out to them for sponsoring today's show. And if you Vikings fans sign up today, sign up right now after you watch this video, you guys will get $50 instantly when you just play $5. Just make sure you guys use promo code CLNS. And the best part is, you don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. But shout out to PrizePicks. Run your game. So wrapping up my thoughts here on this Cam Akers trade, as we do head into a big-time game versus the Detroit Lions. Now, I don't think the Vikings now wanted to, kind of like I mentioned, take a risk with only rolling with Ty Chandler and Myles Gaskin versus the Detroit Lions. This is going to be a very, very physical football game. In my opinion, the Lions are the most physical football team in the National Football League. I think they have one of the best offensive lines, if not the best, and we know their rushing attack. They like to get downhill. They like to kind of beat you, with 1,000 cuts, type of play. And, I think the Lions, with how physical they are, I'm sure the Vikings were looking at this game saying, if we can't establish the run, how are we going to be successful offensively? And, yes, we will have the advantage on the outside with Jefferson, with Jordan Addison, with TJ Hawkinson hopefully returning for injury, but they just need to have that safety net. You need to have that backbone to this offense, and we've even seen it. Like, I kind of saw it over the last couple of years with Sean McVay and what he's been doing with his Rams offense, and specifically with Kyren Williams. Like, they rely on that run so much. Even when they have Kupp and Nakua in the lineup, they are still giving the football to the running back Kyren Williams more often than they aren't. They rely on that run game because it sets up the play action. It just makes this offense a whole lot smoother instead of you being in, 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 11s. You're working out 3rd and 4s, and it really just opens up the playbook. But, definitely a very interesting move. I did not have this on my bingo card today. I was actually going to do a video tomorrow just talking about some more all-in trade targets for the Minnesota Vikings. And I was going to talk about 5 guys that they could possibly trade for that wouldn't require, obviously, like a first, 2nd or 3rd round pick. And Cam Akers was actually one of those guys. But very, very interesting that the Vikings made this move. But, great to hear that this has no impact on the Aaron Jones injury. That is fantastic. But, I just think this is a guy where the Vikings knew that Cam Akers knew the system. He can come in day one, and he will know the whole playbook. Nothing's going to be new to him. So I expect Cam Akers to get some run this weekend. I mean, made this trade on Tuesday. He'll probably be in Minneapolis later tonight, be at practice tomorrow. And, I think it's going to be him and Ty Chandler getting a lot of the first-team reps. Still think Ty will get majority of the carries this weekend, but you don't make this move for nothing. And even if it's just, Cam Akers is only getting 10-plus carries just in this game, and let's just say the Vikings win, I think it's worth it. Like, I'm not going to get held up over flipping a 6th-round pick to a 7th. Like, I'm not going to get too worried about that. Now, I don't know if maybe the Vikings don't make any other moves, but I still anticipate them to maybe make a move at either offensive guard or a defensive tackle at the deadline. But I think this takes out, like, the possibility of like a Nick Chubb trade that we talked about, or a Travis Etienne, where the Vikings will be really going after a big name back. But I honestly think this is very, very good news in terms of Aaron Jones, because let's just say we got a report, oh snap, the Vikings are trading for Nick Chubb. yes, I would be thrilled about having Nick Chubb on this football team, but that would most likely mean that Aaron Jones would be out for multiple months. But, Tom Pelissero says he still has a chance to play this Sunday, so I'll take his word for it. So no need to panic, I don't think, on the Aaron Jones injury front. I just think this is more depth, a running back who's going to step in game one and fully understand the system. So, good move. And plus, with all the moves the Vikings have made this offseason, I just trust in Kwesi. I trust that he'll make the right decision for this franchise, not only in the short term, but, also in the long term. But, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching today's show. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We are going to be going live here on the channel tomorrow at around 3 p.m. Central Time. So if you guys could, tune in for that. But we will see you guys next time. As always, Skol Vikes.